Good one. All right, let's move on real quick. Again, guys, you guys are just loving this, right? Okay, let's see. Some people would ask me, and I know this because I've mentored a lot of people and I've talked to a lot of people. I know the common question. Okay, Akin, what's the story, man? This is crazy. Cybersecurity, I want to be a cybersecurity person. If anybody says they're a cybersecurity guru, it's laughable because honestly, none of us can be a guru in everything. Know enough to do damage in most areas. Your area, focus and be core in it, but know enough because you can't do everything. There's so much area. Look at us here. Cybersecurity role, vulnerability management, application security, data loss prevention, forensic, security architecture, network security, incident response, threat intelligence, GRC auditor, next SIP. There is so many areas in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is like saying I'm doing IT, right? The question is, which area of IT do I start with? The rule of thumb is start somewhere, you can always build and scale it over time. As simple as that. If you go beyond that, honestly, you would not even start. You'll be all messed up in your mind and you just feel like you feel overwhelmed. The rule of thumb, start somewhere, then you can scale and build over time. That's the way it works, as simple as that. All right, let's go. What is GRC? Let's get into GRC. Most of us are here for GRC, not for anything else. So I'll jump into that real quick and talk about it a little bit. Okay. This is a summary and a solid snapshot of what everything is all about, to be honest with you. It means people that do all the cybersecurity core areas, technical areas, and some of them, we have SOC analysts, we have people that do, they do analysis, they map your system, they do event monitoring, some people do penetration testing, vulnerability management, whatever area you do within cybersecurity space. The key is there are some people that carve out the strategy for you. Those people focus on the people, the process, the technology. I don't care the technology or the tool you use. You might tell me I use Exabeam, I use Splunk, I use so many of these cool tools. Cyber, Curate, I use. Most people are tool people. Tooling is not a strategy. Yes, you make your money because they're just a tool person. Guess what? A tool can leave anytime, right? Because companies collapse anytime. So you can tell me you're a tool person. Oh, I'm the guru in Splunk. I'm the guru in Curator. I'm the guru in this tool. Tools come, tools go. So yeah, big deal. What you do as a GRC person mostly is your recommendations and your thought process would recommend the solutioning for your organization most of the time. What does that mean? If I come to your environment and I do a thorough assessment, I identify your gaps in my assessment, I can do a threat profiling assessment, I can do a vulnerability management assessment, I can do like a gap assessment of your environment real quick. What does that mean? Governance focuses mostly around all the key things around the culture and the psychology of how your environment really works at the end of the day. You'll see things like, the frameworks that is used, the policies that are built within your businesses. We get into specific of those policies, how to build policies within your organization itself. Then we get into risk management framework. How do we really manage those risks within your environment also? What are the key compliance areas too? Within compliance, it depends on the industry, right? If you're in healthcare, for example, then of course, HIPAA will apply to you. If you have location in Europe or the EU, then GDPR applies to you. If you have companies within California or in Washington, they have their privacy laws attached to that too. So a lot of things you would have to figure out extensively to be very relevant at the end of the day. So very important as we work in this framework. But this is a solid high-level guide. This is our program pretty much. Now, one thing is this. Many times somebody will ask, oh, well, it's very easy. Don't worry. We'll get into that part of it. We don't roll that way, really. Most of the time, we put the work. There's just no shortcut, really. Anyone that tells you you do something, you get it working tomorrow, that's nonsense, really. At the end of the day, it's the discipline, the work ethic, the time we put in it. Tonight, in a few minutes, you'll hear from some of our mentees that just finished a program 4 weeks ago. In the last 4 weeks, we have about 5 or 5 already. No, I'm not saying everybody will get an offer, but if you put the time, the discipline, you stand a solid chance. That I'll tell you, at the end of the day. But let's quickly go. All right, let's go. Governance, like I said, is just mostly around talking about the organizational culture. Very important, guys. Um, Culture is everything. I don't care what you say. And then in corporate environment, even as a leader in corporations, culture drives everything. Even within your small team, your culture will drive everything. If a new person comes, they must align to your culture. You can't be bigger than the culture itself. So it's so intentional, very well defined. The environment will understand cybersecurity is a priority from even from the board, from the CISO, CIA, this CEO, everybody, general counsel, everybody's so involved from day one from a cultural point of view. So very important. All right, risk, of course, we've talked about that too. We have to determine what is the risk to our organization. Now, that's why we are not raising followers here, really. We are raising leaders, and it's by design. The way we can make meaningful impact is we must change our thinking to leadership thoughts. At some point, yes, it's okay. I just want to make money on the side. That's fine. But that's just you making money. It's okay. A lot of us are doing multiple jobs, nothing against it, right? But at the end of the day, leadership set the tone to have a meaningful legacy. Leadership can hire our folks. Leadership can make decisions to outsource job to our team. If you're a recruiting firm and you want to have impact, it makes sense to have your people that are also the ones recruiting. So it's very important. It's everything, to be honest. So I challenge everybody on this call, you must think beyond, I just want to execute, make money. It's good, yeah. But at the end of the day, we want our folks to be leaders too. And GRC's leadership, we'll get into that in a bit, okay? All right, let's move on. Compliance, again, very important. If I say compliance to us, most of us know, because there are regulations, there's no shortcut to it. If it's a regulation, if we don't follow those regulations, it exposes us to legal risk, fines. Some of the fines are very terrible. So it's very important we remain in compliance and work with government, our governance framework to make sure we are successful. And that's part of what we do in GRC. We'll teach all of those. We get into the details of that in the program itself. What's going to be covered in this program? Again, we'll get into introduction to cybersecurity. You guys will get a feel of working with some tools. I'm going to make you work on some networking tools like Nmap. These are free tools. You work on networking tools, not because I'm making you to be a network security person, but because I want you to have that foundation so that you can, if you're in a meeting and people are talking about different things in the space of cyber, you can mentally relate with it because you've done it yourself. The program is not meant for hands-on networking thing, but I train that because it's part of the new integration into this program to make sure I get my guys and ladies very comfortable, speak intelligent because you already know it, you've done it yourself when you find yourself executing this different framework. Developing policies and procedures in cyberspace, you guys will get involved in that too, very important. We talk about NIST 853 mapping, ISO 27001 mapping, NIST risk management framework, third-party risk management framework, data security assessment, overview of HIPAA, GDPR, PCI, fundamentals of IT general controls, then some general leadership tips, which we have already prepared. So this is going to be what's going to be covered in the program.